Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel and a brand new discussion video. Now in these videos I kind of talk about Battlefront 2 in a way that their potential hopes or dreams that some of us may have for Battlefront 2 and what could be potentially added in the future. And with this one I am going to be talking about the potential Rise of Skywalker content that we could be getting at the end of the year. Now it has been confirmed that a look onwards into what's coming at the end of 2019 is going to include some Rise of Skywalker content as per news updates previously released by the devs on the Battlefront 2 forums, and we'll take a quick look at what it says here. It says, as we move through the remainder of the year, we will have new reinforcements, appearances, and a brand new front menu system which allows you to play the era of your choosing. We will also be working towards the release of content inspired by Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. It then goes on to say, while we don't want to go into exact specifics, no spoilers, we can confirm that we will be building a new planet and some reinforcements based on the conclusion to the galaxy-spanning Skywalker saga. So from this we know we're getting potential reinforcements, whether they be dark side, light side, or both. We're not really sure yet, but I do have a couple of ideas for those, so I will be going over those in just a minute. And we also have the potential for a brand new planet, which will be of course a new map in the game. There's no word whether it's going to be for Galactic Assault or Heroes vs Villains or where we're going to kind of see it in the game, but they have confirmed there will be a brand new planet to show off. Now they didn't mention anything on character skins, but I will throw a couple in at the end because I think it's always fun to speculate about, because we did see some really cool appearances in the Rise of Skywalker trailer as well as the D23 teaser, so I will go over those at the end after we've gone through all of the other stuff. Now just before I get started, make sure you smash a big thumbs up on the video. Let's go for 300 likes. It does support the channel in a big way, so I would appreciate it if all of you could do that. And if you are brand new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications for Battlefront 2 videos in the future, as well as Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Anyways, let's jump in. The first thing I want to talk about are the potential reinforcements, and I've come up with 3 for the dark side but only 1 for the light side, so if you guys can think of some more for the light side or even the dark side, make sure to drop it in the comments below. But let's start with the dark side. The first one I'm going to talk about is the First Order Rocket Trooper. Now you may be thinking, oh Twisted, we already have First Order Rocket Troopers in the game. They've been in there since launch. We've had them for ages. Yes, this is true. However, at D23 there was a new design for the First Order Rocket Trooper, and I will post a picture up on screen. You can have a look at this. This is very different to the current design we have. I think this would be a perfect opportunity to introduce a new aerial. That way the First Order could have 2 options for the aerial class. Give them different weapons. Maybe their jetpack could work in a different way. One could be hold the L1 button to fly around. The other one just taps it and it gives you a short burst. I'm not really sure how you could do it, but you could definitely make it different to the current one that we have. Even just giving it a different blaster that we didn't already have in the game would have a lot of people happy, because weapons is one of the highest requested things in this game. So if you're going to make a new trooper, give it a brand new weapon. That's what I think anyway, and I'm sure you guys will agree with me on that one. Now the second reinforcement for the dark side I could think of is potentially the Sith Trooper. Now these look really cool. These are the red stormtroopers that you guys would have seen floating around the internet. Again, another thing that was shown off at D23, so this is definitely going to be in the Rise of Skywalker movie, so there is always a chance it could be added to Battlefront 2. Now again, we do see this with like an F11D blaster type thing, which is the standard First Order blaster, but there is potential for so many other weapons that it could use. I'm sure we could find something to give it that would make it different, so that it's not just like your standard assault class with the default blaster. I think Battlefront 2 really needs to step up in the weapons department, because we did get promised at launch that there would be post-launch weapons, and in my opinion, if we're going to get them, they may as well put them on new reinforcements. Don't just give us reinforcements with weapons that we already have, give us something brand new. Now next up on the list for the dark side reinforcements, and probably something that is very unlikely but it's always fun to speculate about, it could be the Knights of Ren. Now the Knights of Ren are confirmed to be making an appearance in episode 9, and I'm really excited about that. I was super disappointed in episode 8 when they didn't make an appearance, but if they are going to be in episode 9, I think it's the perfect opportunity to add them to Battlefront 2. For those of you that don't know, the Knights of Ren briefly appeared in episode 7, but there is a few different variants of them. There's a fair few of them and they all carry different weapons, and I think it would be a really cool reinforcement if you got the option to choose which one to use. Now, yes, you may have the animations for the attacks and things like that if they were melee troopers to give them the same movement in their animation for attacking and rolling and everything like that. However, you could give them different appearances, so you could choose which one you looked like, and maybe it would carry a different weapon, but all the weapons would swing the same. I'd say that would take less work than giving us an individual playstyle for each style of Knight of Ren, but if you just gave us one basic style of play with a different appearance for each of them, that would be really awesome, because we do know that we could potentially get some skins alongside reinforcements, because that is confirmed for later this year. Whether or not those skins for reinforcements come with the Rise of Skywalker content or they come for Clone Wars content, no one really knows, but it is fun to think about. So the Knights of Ren is the third option for the dark side reinforcements. Now, let's get into the light side. The only one I could really think of is potentially Zori Bliss, and if you don't know who that is, she is going to be played by Kerry Russell, and she is going to be a bounty hunter-ish type character who is found in what is called the Thieves' Quarter. So she's going to be an interesting character. We don't have heaps of information on her just yet, but I do have an image that I'll put up on screen for all of you. She looks like a total badass, and I could imagine her running around the battlefront, just carving up. We don't know weapons, we don't know fight style or anything like that, but I think they could make it really cool if they worked alongside Lucasfilm to get this character added into the game as a reinforcement, because I don't think she's justified to come in as a hero. She's probably not going to have that main of a role. However, a reinforcement slot could definitely be cool for her because she does look awesome. So that's all the reinforcement ideas I had. If you guys had any more, remember to drop them down in the comments. I would love to see what you guys can come up with. And with that said, let's get into the potential new planets. Now, these go off planets that are being shown off in the trailer, plus a couple of other things that I've thrown in there as well. The first one is the jungle planet, where we do see Rey throw the lightsaber through a tree. Not sure what this planet is, but it's always a potential option. We don't really need more jungle planets, I guess, because we have jungle and forest already. But again, a new planet is a new planet, so I would still take it. The next one on the list is the desert planet we see in the episode 9 trailer, which is confirmed to be called Pasaana. Now, there's not a lot known about Pasaana again, same as the previous jungle planet that was mentioned, but it would be a very cool option. Pasaana is host to a brand new city that we do also see in the trailer, so I can see this being a potential option for the map that you could play it on. It seems like it's big enough for Galactic Assault, as well as giving the option for heroes vs villains if they were to add it into the game. Getting into the third option, and this one is kind of a little bit different. I'm not sure how exactly it would work. It may work as a smaller map for heroes vs villains, and that is the remnants of the Death Star. Now, obviously, we see all of our heroes approaching the Death Star, or the remnants of what's left of the Death Star on this planet, and it's pretty much in pieces. It doesn't look like there's a lot left. There's about half of it there. And Rey and Kylo actually do have a fight on top of it with their lightsabers. Basically, you can see the turrets that are on top of the Death Star right behind where Rey and Kylo are having their fight. And I'll pop an image up on screen so you guys can see that. Makes sense that this is where they're fighting. And if we could get that for heroes vs villains and maybe spread it onto the land a little bit and have that part of the Death Star as like a platform, or you could have an inside section of the Death Star with this outside section as well, I think it'd work really well for heroes vs villains. But I'm kind of hoping that they're looking more towards maps for Galactic Assault, because I think it's in a little bit more need. Next up is going to be Kijimi, or Kijimi, I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. This planet is described as the snow-dusted and rocky planet, and also houses an area called the Thieves' Quarter, which, like I mentioned before, is where Zori Bliss hangs out. So we're going to see this in episode 9 at some point. A lot of you guys probably didn't know much about this planet, or that it was even in the trailer, but Zori Bliss is confirmed to hang out there, so I'm guessing that's where we're going to see her in episode 9. If they can add this, it's kind of a snow-dusted and rocky planet, so it gives that kind of Hoth Starkiller feeling to it, and I think it could work in Battlefront 2. The next option is going to be Burned Yavin 4, and I know what you're thinking now, Twisted, what are you talking about? Yavin 4 is not in the trailer at all. Well, let's think about this for a second and just bear with me. Yavin 4 is on the roadmap as a special event for later on in the year. Now, there's no word on what that special event will be. I don't know if it's going to be in terms of the Rise of Skywalker content. I don't think it will, because that's sort of slated for December. However, if you think back to episode 7 and 8, when we got the flashbacks of Luke's burning Jedi Temple, it is said that that was on Yavin 4. So that would be something that is really cool if we could get like a burnt version of Yavin 4, similar to how we got the burnt version of Endor in Battlefront 2015. Not sure if this is going to happen. It's obviously a bit of a stretch, because they did say a brand new planet, so I don't think it's going to be Yavin 4, but it's cool to speculate on and even just think about. And the last option for a new planet is something that I've thought about. Remember the scene where Kylo chokeslams that enemy into the ground? We're not really sure who it is. A few people thought it was a Knight of Ren and that he turned on them, but there's nothing really known about that scene or that little snippet that's been in the trailers. So it's kind of like a red tinted background. It looks like it's in a forest somewhere and it looks like it's kind of snowy. It's very hazy and it looks like there's almost smoke floating around, or it could be frost. I'm not really sure, but that would be an awesome looking map for Battlefront 2. And I know you guys agree that would be such a really cool map to play on. It would be super immersive. The cinematics that could come out of it would be incredible. And I think overall that would be a really cool planet for Battlefront 2. So those are all the options for planets potentially coming to Battlefront 2 with the Rise of Skywalker content. This just goes off what I know from the trailers so far and what we've already seen. The next thing I want to talk about is a couple of skins that could potentially be added, and these are going to be more hero skins. I spoke a little bit before about reinforcement skins, but if we are to get any more hero skins, and again, this is not confirmed to be happening, it's just something I wanted to discuss, I think there are a couple of skins that could be really cool. The first one being General Organa. Now, we know Leia obviously looks different in the sequel trilogy. She's much older and she's seen wearing like those dark navy robes all the time, and her hair is styled differently. A lot of people have said this skin is really cool and it would go really well in Battlefront 2. You could do it as an epic level, even legendary if you wanted to change it. So if they could just get the voice actress back who already did Leia in the game, this would be another option for that. So again, it would probably end up being an epic level skin, but if they recorded new voice lines, they could probably throw it at legendary and people would still go after it. Bouncing straight off of old Leia, we're going to go into old man Lando, and a lot of you guys saw him in the trailer. He was in the Falcon. He had the yellow appearance with that yellow top that he has in the game already, so 90% of this appearance is done. They would just have to change his head and facial features. The Lando skin from Solo, a Star Wars Story, has that complete outfit already there, and I guess maybe you'd have to make it a little bit more chunky because Lando's put on a bit of weight in the last few years. However, you really just need to change the face. I don't think people would complain too much if you left the body exactly the same and just changed his head. Again, rare, maybe epic if you're lucky for that skin. That would be a really cool option as well. There's not really many options for the dark side. I guess these are all kind of light side options, but the next one is going to be for Finn. Now, we see Finn when he is with Rey, Poe, and Chewie, and they're approaching the Death Star. He is in this other appearance. It's like a vest in like a tan and brown sort of colorway. I think this would be a cool option for Finn. He doesn't have much as of right now. He just has that one leather jacket. You could even do him without that jacket on and he just has the white shirt. A lot of people have joked about seeing Bubble Finn from episode 8, but I think this is a cool appearance and it's something that I would like to see in Battlefront 2. As someone who plays Finn a decent amount, probably more than the average person, I would pay for this skin and I would 100% like to see it in the game. And of course, I finish off these sections with a stretch, and the last one is no exception to that rule. This skin is going to be the coolest thing in episode 9. It's probably the thing that's most anticipated and people want to find out about the most, and that is Dark Side Rey. Now, bear with me, I get it. Rey is on the light side in Battlefront 2. You can't give her a dark side appearance with a red lightsaber. There's all these other problems. She's got a double-ended lightsaber in the trailer. La da 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 da. Yes, I get it. It's just an idea, and if they could pull it off, it would be sick. So I don't think it's gonna happen, but there's always the idea there. DICE, please listen to me. Give me this skin. I will pay whatever amount of credits you want me to pay for this. If you make it a crystal only exclusive, I will still pay for it. Please just give me this skin. Okay, that's my little rant done. Darkseid Rey would be very cool, and before you say she can't have a red lightsaber on the light side, General Grievous has blue and green lightsabers on the dark side, so don't tell me that you can't do it. The issue would more be that it's double-ended and you would have to change her animation. So, with that said, that's pretty much everything I have for this video. Let me know what you thought down in the comments, and this probably ended up being really long, so I hope you guys stuck it out to the end and you really enjoyed it. Like I said, smash a thumbs up if you did, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let me know if you're enjoying these discussion videos. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next video, and may the force be with you always.
The Sith are all